Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, we'll be unboxing this box of Sneaky Snufflers from the GLOOMSPITE GITZ. And here's our Sneaky Snufflers, all getting ready to be unboxed, and these look really great. I thought they'd be a great addition to my WARCRY Warband, and so I picked up a box of these 6 Sneaky Snufflers, and the box is looking awesome. They got some real character about them here, and you can see we're going to get some different ones. We've got the Snuffle Squigs included there, and the loon cap mushrooms on the back. So I guess they're going around looking for these. Got a loon fungus sickle. So we've got some nice poses, and it does look, looking at the front, that they're all going to be in different poses. So that's really cool. And I'm hoping the facial expressions are going to be different too. It looks like maybe they're quite similar, but yeah, I'm hoping we've got some nice options. So in this video, we'll take a look at all the contents inside, have a close look at the sprues, the instruction book, and then I'll build a couple of them so you can see them assembled, and then you can decide if this is a set that you'd like to add to your WARCRY Warband or even to your Age of Sigmar army. So let's get started and open this up and see what's inside. Now, it's really nice to see the paint guide on the back, but I'm hoping the instruction book's going to be colour. Sometimes when we see the paint guides on the back, the instruction books are in black and white, but the colour ones make a massive difference. It looks a lot better, but we'll wait and see. So we'll get rid of this film here and open him up. So just a small box, but we're not going to get an awful lot of sprues in here, and they're very small models. Okay, so here we go. Oh no, so it is a colour book. That's great. So let's get rid of that box. And so we've got our instruction book. We've got our bases. They look like the, 32mm. We'll measure those in a sec. And then we're going to get 2 sprues. And I wonder if they're identical. They look identical. So we might be kind of having the same faces. We'll have to have a look in a second. So let's go through the instruction book first. Then we'll have a close look at the sprues. And then I'll go away and build them. And we can see them all put together. And here we've got our instruction book, nice in colour, and we're going to get 6 different miniatures inside. And so here we go. We can make 2 Sneaky Snufflers number 1 version, 2 Sneaky Snufflers number 2, and 2 number 3. And it does look like we're getting quite a few heads here. So there's 6 different heads, is there? Yep, it looks like we've got 6 different heads. There's 2 of each, so we can really mix it up and choose which ones we're going to use. We've also got some different little mushrooms to go on the back. So that's great, but otherwise it looks really easy to put together here. And then again, the face, you can choose the different faces. And then we've got our little dudes here. What are they called again? Snuffle Squigs. We've got our little Snuffle Squigs. So we can put those together in different heads and poses as well. So this is good. So we're definitely getting some variety, which is what we like. And there we are. You can see them all put together at the end. They're all going to have these same weapons, it looks like. But we can certainly get some different heads and some different Snuffle Squigs too. So that's great news. And here's the stats and the cards. If you play Age of Sigmar, you can use those. And they'll put that in all the different languages. But I'll be using them for WARCRY. So what I might do is just have a quick look at the WARCRY card that goes with them as well at the end of the video. And here we go on the back. We get our nice colour guide. So this is going to give us a real good idea of how to paint these, nice and easy. I'll be using contrast paints though, so although this doesn't really apply, it's still nice as a guide, and I can pick out the contrast paints from these. Usually I go for like the layer paints, and that kind of decides what colour we're going to go for in like the mid-range. I usually look towards that. But that's the instruction book, so now let's have a close look at the sprues. And there we go, so we've got 2 identical sprues, so we'll just have a look at one of them, and then we've got our 6 bases, and these are coming in at 32mm as we suspected. So let's have a close look at the sprues. I'm probably going to build 3 different ones. Actually, I only want 3 for the warband maximum, and I may even use 1, and I might even sell this other sprue because I can't see me using all 6. But let's have a look at the sprue in detail next. And here we are. Right away, I'm seeing tons of character here. This head is incredible. That big and hook nose, I love it. That's great. That's definitely going to be one of the heads I use. That's really cool. That's awesome. And where are the other heads? We've got another one here. Let's flip it over to have a look. So the faces are really good. Another guy here. So these should be 6 faces altogether, and they should all be different. Here's another hook nose. And these Snuffle Squigs are really great. I like that. That's going to be really fun to put together. Some more heads over here. So yeah, we've definitely got loads of variation. We can have them all totally different. But I love these snuffle squigs. Just the idea of these having them in the warband just seems really fun. And we've got the little weapon. The weapons are all pretty much exactly the same. A little bit of variation there. Let's turn it over and look at the details on the back. And then we've got these kind of, looks like arachnid style legs there holding on to some mushrooms, and we can choose which ones we can put in. So each one's going to have 3 different mushrooms we can choose from. So that's really good. So if we make 3 models, we can have the backpacks looking completely different. So really happy with this. That was great. My main concern was those faces, so I'm happy with that. And also the snuffle squigs, being able to do those. I mean, look at those snouts. They look so cool. Completely different. There's another snout there. This is really fun. Awesome. So there we are. So that's the sprue, and you're going to get 2 exactly like that. So now I'll go away and I'll build 3 of the models up, and so we can have a real close look at them when they're fully built, and then compare them to the other models in the warband so you can see the sizes. And then I'll grab the book and we'll have a look at the Warcry fighter card to go with them. These went together really quickly, so I snipped them out, scraped all the lines off, glued the bits together, and then assembled them on the bases. And there we go. They're all built now and assembled, and they went together really easily. And I've chose the 2 heads with the kind of nose attachments going on. I thought they looked really funny for these 2. And then for this guy, he's just got like a regular face, and he's got his tongue hanging out. I thought that was quite funny. And then for the sneaky snufflers, I just picked the 3 that I felt had the most character. And this one's got some mushrooms growing out of his head. And then you're going to get 3 of the little heads left over at the end, and you're also going to get 3 heads for the Gitz too. I thought the legs of these little guys would be a bit tricky to put together. There's 2 pieces for their legs, but the way they were formed, they just went in and locked in really nicely, so there's no problem at all. I wouldn't say there's any parts on this that you have to really watch out for. Really simple to put together, and yeah, really easy. So there we go, they're all assembled now. So let's take a look at them lined up with some of the other members from my Gitz band that I'm putting together, and then we'll have a look at their Warcry fighter card and the abilities and see how we might use them in our own warband. And here's the selection of some of the models I've got so far for my Gitz warband. We've got the Loon Boss on the giant cave squig. Here's our sneaky snuffler now. We've got a squig herder, a squig. I got this guy from Zarbag's Gitz, the Underworld set, and I'll be using him as a proxy for one of the Goba Palooza. And I've also got the shooter here, so that should give you a good idea of the size and how they fit in. So pretty much all the regular size, these Gitz, they all look pretty similar in size. But really happy with this one. I think it's going to be a fun addition, and it gives us a nice range of fighters now. So from this set of Zarbag's Gitz, I've got a squig herd set and the leader. Now we got these. All I need now are some squig hoppers and some of the big models, and I think the warband will be nice and complete. So now let's take a look at the Harbingers of Destruction Warcry supplement book, and we can see the Warcry fighter card for the Sneaky Snuffler and see what abilities he can use. And here you can see the Sneaky Snuffler is going to come in at 85 points, going to get a movement of 4, toughness 3, and can take 15 wounds. And they've got a weapon range of 1, and so that Snuffler's going to be attacking there, biting, scratching, snouting their way through the enemy, and they're going to make 3 attacks, strength 3, dealing 2 to 4 on a crit. So that's not bad for 85 points to get 15 wounds. That's pretty good starting off, and to deal 2 to 4 damage, that's pretty handy as well. So, but like many of the Gitz, they're not very strong, and they're not very tough either, and so you really are relying on your squigs and squig hoppers for that strength and toughness. With no additional rune marks, the Sneaky Snuffler is only going to be able to use the double, which is called Backstabbing Mob, and a fighter can use this ability only if there is a visible friendly fighter within 1 inch of them, and until the end of this fighter's activation, add 1 to both the attacks and strength characteristics of attack actions made by this fighter that have a range characteristic of 3 or less. So this is a pretty useful double, and I think you've got to be close, within 1 inch of a visible friendly fighter, but that's still good though, to be able to add 1 to both the attack and strength characteristic of this Sneaky Snuffler for a double. Then you'd be taking those attacks from a 3 to a 4, the strength from a 3 to a 4, and still dealing 2 to 4 damage. So I would say for 85 points, combining it with that double Backstabbing Mob is going to be pretty effective, I think. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have 1 Sneaky Snuffler in there, but maybe 2. And as I expand into the campaign and my points can go up to 1400, then I'll definitely be looking to maybe add in that third one too, or at least he'll be there if one of the others snuffs it. So that's pretty cool. But they've also got this quad called Sneaky Stab. And with the Sneaky Stab ability, this fighter makes a bonus move action, then they can make a bonus attack action. And this is pretty much the same as the universal quad ability, but here there's an additional perk to it, and it says, in addition, if the fighter targeted by that attack action is within 1 inch of this fighter, then add the value of this ability to the damage points allocated by both hits and critical hits from that attack action. So again, pretty useful for this actually, that if we can get up close, and if you're going to make an attack action, you're going to have to be within 1 inch of this fighter anyway, and you can simply add the value of the ability to the damage points. So that's not bad at all, but for me, it's that double backstabbing mob that's going to be the best one, and if we can combine that, I think this Sneaky Snuffler can do some serious damage. I really like this set and really happy I picked them up for the Warband for Warcry. And if you like the look of these sets, then you can pick them up for an RRP of £25. That's going to give you 6 miniatures altogether. But I got mine from Element Games for £21.25, and I'll put a link in the description below. And with that link, you can get the discount too. And it's an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. You're going to save that money. And for every sale made through that link, I get a small commission, and that's going to help me do loads more videos like this. So thanks so much for that support. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page. And thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out. And you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description and it'll be great to see you there. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a good idea of what you're going to get in the Gloomspite Gitz box. There really are some great sets out there for the Gloomspite Gitz, and they're going to make a real fun warband for Warcry. But please like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.